Hello and welcome to Western Culture Explained, where we explain the food, festivals, myths, and entertainment of Western countries. Today we are going to talk about the legend of King Arthur. King Arthur was a legendary British leader who, according to old stories, defended Britain against Saxon invaders during the 5th and 6th centuries. Although he is most certainly a fictional character, he remains a symbol of British pride and chivalric virtue. The primary sources for the legend of King Arthur include the History of the Kings of Britain by Geoffrey of Monmouth, Le Morte d'Arthur by Sir Thomas Malory, and Percival, The Story of the Grail by Chartrand de Troyes. Stories of a warrior king of Britain go back a long way, but these three works of literature stand out as the most important to the legend. Arthurian romances became very popular in medieval Europe, and then again in the late 19th century. Recently, there has been a resurgence of interest in these old stories. For those of you unfamiliar with King Arthur, let me give you an introduction. Arthur was a heroic king of England. He was a mighty warrior and a wise leader. He was the embodiment of what people thought a good king should be. He was not without his flaws, however. He allowed himself to be seduced by his evil half-sister, and in many of the French versions of the story, Arthur is a useless old geezer whom everyone patronizes. King Arthur lives in a silly castle called Camelot with his loyal knights of the Round Table. His best friend is Sir Lancelot, and his wife is Guinevere. Assisted by the wizard Merlin, they fight invaders and magical beasts. Their greatest adventure is the quest for the Holy Grail. There are many side stories and spin-offs as well. The main story, as established by Geoffrey of Monmouth, is about how Arthur led his armies to victory over many foreign enemies. While he is away in France fighting the Romans, his nephew Mordred usurps the throne. Arthur has to rush back and fight an epic battle against his nephew. Arthur kills Mordred in one-on-one combat, but he is mortally wounded. Dying from his injuries, Arthur is taken to the mysterious island of Avalon and is never seen again. How has this legend influenced Western culture? There are numerous books and movies based on Arthurian legend. You may have watched some of them. Pieces of the Arthur's story also appear in many movies. Remember that sword that Neville pulled out of the Sorting Hat in the Harry Potter series? That's a reference to Excalibur, King Arthur's sword. King Arthur is everywhere because his story is so compelling. King Arthur's heroic resistance to Germanic invaders was very inspiring to British people during World War II. Many ships, buildings, and locations bear Arthurian names. And since Arthur never technically died, some people are still waiting for the day when he will return from Avalon.